Hi everybody, hello, happy Wednesday. I'm Lynn from L&J Goods. Let's finish that canvas project today. I'm very excited because if you watch, you're going to see me test out a product from PentArts that is brand new to the United States. I wanted this so badly. Vasilis told me about it, and I begged and begged. Like, I placed a special order, and now I am going to try it live with you guys. Haven't used it before, so we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. But we are going to finish working on this awesome wall hanging for fall, and all those ideas. Oh my gosh, I just kept thinking yesterday, Megan, as the more I went on, the more I thought of like ways to do this where you could make your own custom flag pieces, and oh my goodness, so many options and ways to use this decoupage on fabric canvas, and not only just creating a wall hanging, but on a tote bag. You know the drill. You've seen us do it all. So today we're going to be adding some really fun techniques using PentArts stencil paste. I have some really pretty matchy colors here because I knew I was going to be wanting to work on this particular project. And so we're going to try these out, see what kind of effects we can get, working through a couple of stencils. I'm using a grain sack stencil from L&J Goods, and I'm using probably my favorite, Tim Holtz dots. I think it's called dots, right?
Yes.
Dots or
Simple
dotted?
as can be.
Dots or dotted, one of the two. But Megan's got all that linked, and we'll talk about that in a second.
I would definitely also suggest, if you didn't watch yesterday, go back and watch because you'll see the build-up.
Oh my gosh, it was fun. It was really a fun thing. And I also previewed those recycled papers and talked about those. So let's get, I was really hoping that you know what would be great? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to just talk about being a content creator. Yeah. I need a couple of different camera angles.
I would say so. You used to have.
I know, but you know what? I don't like this going backwards. Okay. So it's like, oh, I would love to.
What you need.
Yeah, I want one from right here because that would give me a really good angle going down this way.
Let me take a picture of you.
Oh, so okay, sure. Anyway, my name is Lynn. L&J Goods is a brick and mortar shop here in Medina, New York. Medina is a small town. I'm just a small town girl. We're a small town business, and we hope that you can stop by to visit us here.
We're also worldwide, honey.
I know. Yes, I get it. But you can also find us at lnjgoods.com. If you are local, let me just give you one quick little update. The shop is going to be closed on Sundays during August, and it's also closed this Saturday. So we've been trying to put plenty of notice out there, signs on the doors, putting notices on Instagram and Facebook to let people know.
August has been walking up and down with a sandwich board.
Does he? Oh, yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, just so people will really.
Well, what he should do, we should get one of those. Remember, JR always wanted one of those, like
Barbara had.
That Barbara had, the waving man.
Yeah, but that will make people think we're open.
That's true. Yes, that is true. We don't want to do that.
It'll draw people in only to say we're closed.
Exactly.
Stay away.
Yeah, right. Okay. So I'm going to flip the camera down, and again, we're going to finish up this piece here. I'm really, really excited to see what you guys would do with this concept that I have created. So let's flip it down and get our camera in position. And there it is. Oh my goodness. So yesterday we left off with this. As I said, we're going to get to stenciling that a little bit later. And these are the pieces that we did for our hanger situation. And you can remember that I did the IOD. I layered up some different pieces from Classic Elements and from Trimmings 3. And what I like to do, because you know I'm going to make these gold is going to be so fantastic with this, but it'll be good to have that weightiness of the black underneath. So I am using a primer paste gesso from PentArts, And it's got a little texture and thickness to it. So that makes me happy because I like anything that's got a little texture and will just bulk up and add even more interesting aged effect and so forth. You know the drill. You know what I love, you guys.
That stuff does give a really nice primer.
It primes, yeah. But I love the texture, and I've done this on other projects as well, in video and on live, and I do like it because it's thick, and you can stipple it in and get it into places, and also at the same time create that texture. But look how thick this is. Can you see that, you guys? It's like peanut butter.
Yeah.
It really is.
It reminds me of like a snack pack.
Right? I know. Don't say that. I'm so hungry.
You want some of my smoothie?
Sure, I'll have a drink of it.
Yeah. It's my perimenopause smoothie.
It's not gonna throw me back into menopause again, is it?
Perimenopause smoothie. It will be very supportive to all of we all have the same needs after a certain age, I think.
Fruity. Nothing.
It's really just gets the job done. I can't say it's like the most delicious thing
I'd rather drink a milkshake.
Well, duh. So would I. It's getting in what I need to get in. Lots of protein.
What's in that smoothie, by the way?
Got protein, some creatine, collagen, peptides. What else does it have in it? Blueberries, some ginger.
I can taste the ginger.
Yeah, if you don't like ginger. I like ginger.
I do like ginger.
The ginger kind of helps me with all the other stuff that has to be in it. Let me think what else is in it.
Oh, gosh.
A little bit of yogurt, Greek yogurt,
I can tell that tangy. That's actually, those are good things.
Fiber.
Whether you're perimenopausal, postmenopausal, or...
Yeah, anytime after.
Menopausal.
Yes, exactly. But we need all that protein for sure.
Oh, my goodness. You know, I do have to say, you guys, I had a lovely comment on our video live from yesterday from Rita from California, Rita Reed.
Love Rita.
And said that she and her daughter watched the replay. She's like, I watched it from beginning to end. It was so fascinating, and I felt like I was right there with you guys. Aww. And enjoying the whole community and interaction between you and your daughter. And she said both of them just enjoyed it so much.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. All right, so we will set these aside to dry because we're going to come back in later with, you guessed it, our favorite gold paint. But let's take a look at this wonderful piece right here. If you didn't know, I have an entire collection of these grain sack stencils. I've shared the story of them many, many times. They are special to me because I have collected antique grain sacks for many, many years. And what I did is almost all of them that I used or that I had purchased, even though I wasn't keeping them, we did a lot of upholstery, and we upholstered for people all around the country. Mm-hmm. And delivered that wonderful furniture, that beautiful, wonderful grain sack furniture. I love it so much. So what I did is I took pictures of the grain sacks when I started thinking like, oh my gosh, these are so different from one another. What if there would be some way that I could recreate these images of the grain sacks in the future? And lo and behold, a few years ago, I thought, oh, stencils. And they totally speak to my German and agricultural background. And I just think they're really special. So we've done a lot of great projects with these too, and I love them. I love them so much. I use these for graphic details in the backgrounds of things. I have made coverlets, pillow covers. There's a video of an art studio update that I recently shared and showed how I finished that little coffee table, that little table that was in our big cottage, and painted it, and I did a really soft muted random stenciling in the background, and then I used was it Saint Germain on the top of that, over top of the stencil. It created a lovely, lovely effect. But anyway, that's the story of me and my grain sack stencils.
They're great.
So here we are.
The great grain sack stencils.
And I love them. I love them too, especially at this time of year. I did mention that yesterday because they do have that old world typography. They almost do have a very harvesty, what do we want to say? Not spooky so much, but I love that old world typography that I have. And all of them are different, and which is really cool too. So I mix and match them on projects and do lots of fun things with these. But today we're going to use them with a little bit of this new product called PentArts Stencil Paste. I've just pulled out 4 colors. We're going to kind of test these out and see what they look like on that piece of canvas that I did yesterday. And we're gonna run them through these couple of stencils just to get an idea of the color and the effect, and then we can decide how we're gonna use them on this piece. My thought was, I grabbed the Tim Holtz dotted because I love this, but I'm seeing the moon here, and I saw this dot right here. I'm not sure, is that a hole in the moon? Is it a door to the inner part of the moon? I don't know, but I thought, well, we're going to go off of that and that round shape. I love repeating shape elements in composition, and I think I'm going to do some random stenciling of these dots kind of around that moon and then down into here, and then I'll do the words down here. But we got to test those colors out first to see what they're going to do. And I think the best way to do that, like I said, I should have grabbed another stencil instead of this one, just to practice.
Which one would you like?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to use this, and I'll run each of them through it. So let's take a first look at, this is ice flower. Ooh. Oh my goodness! I should have made you guys open all these for me and get the lids off.
Do you want to hand me the other ones?
Yep, there they are. So yesterday's ice cream trip with Grandma got canceled because she had Bible study last night and she didn't want to. Oh my gosh, this is so lovely, creamy, lovely. So we're gonna just use a palette knife and run that through. Oh my gosh. Now, see, now what I have to wonder, look at that shimmer. Oh my stars. That is beautiful. Now I got to see what it's going to look like on a color. So let me come over here. Well, no, you know what? I've got lots of scraps. So that's on a pretty neutral, basic background, but let's try it on, let me get something with a little color in it. I got a drawer full of all these bits and pieces. How about one of Yvette's winter pieces here? Let's see what that's going to look like. Okay, let's try that.
Cheryl said it's a portal to the moon, that hole.
It probably is. Something I know nothing about.
Oh, Ellie just found us.
Hi, Ellie.
Welcome. She's been binging.
Oh my goodness, that's so fun. Okay, let's lift that and see. Oh my gosh, this is called ice flower. Oh, do you see that? Now we're gonna let this dry. I wanna see if it goes a little more translucent. I don't know, because if it does not, I don't think I want to use this color over here. I want this to be a very muted, more monochromatic effect. So that's why we test these out. That's why we run samples of anything that we're going to use on a project.
Oh, Mary Casey asked if you could put a transfer right over that gesso.
Oh, absolutely, Mary. Yeah. The black gesso?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Other than keep in mind, that, a transfer. It might, because there's somewhat of a transparency with the transfers. It just depends which transfer you're using.
And some texture.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, go for it. Try it.
We rescheduled the ice cream yesterday,
We
Cheryl,
did.
because 3:00 Grandma said was too late because she had Bible study at 6 and she didn't want to be rushed. So
right.
we rescheduled for today.
Yes, we are.
3 hours wasn't enough time.
We have Miss Sophia. You guys, if you have joined us on any of our private Facebook groups, Sophia has popped in so many times and created with us and said hi and thought she was going to start her own YouTube career. Remember that? Now Hattie and Mabel.
She's going to be a band director.
Yes, she is. Hattie and Mabel are loving that, are thinking they could do that same thing. This is gold. So let's see what that looks like.
Yes, the stencil paste is different than modeling paste.
It's very different. Yep. And you're going to see that right now.
Yep, Stephanie, I emailed you back and I just messaged you right here in the comments, and I also shipped that paper to you today.
Look at this. Would you look at that? I'm telling you right now, this is like whipped butter. Whipped butter. But I'm mostly interested to see how it dries. If it has any, if it's at all translucent. But there is the gold. And let me tell you what, this stuff, you got to really, you need to clean it off. Megan, you know what? I need to try some of the PentArts stencil cleaner too. I should have just done this.
The stencil spray, I can go get you some now.
Well, it's all right. I won't use it right now, but I'm just saying that's something I got to make sure I try.
But why not? That would be the perfect time to use it.
Because I want to use it to clean stencils that already have paste on it. Okay, this one is bronze. Goodness gracious. Oh. Like, if you're a tactile freak, this is, I can't even, it's not even like, how do I describe it? What food is this like? It's so amazing. How fun. And I'm putting this on a cloth, so I'm not getting like a perfect transfer of it. See, I squeezed underneath there. And so you just got to be aware of how you're applying it. We all can make those mistakes. Let's try, you know what I'm going to do? All right, I love that color. I'm just going to go a little bit down here. Let's see. And here I am trying it right out on, maybe use a bigger palette knife. See how I did? Oh, I made a mess. See, this is new to me, so I do need to kind of practice. Let's wipe it off. But that's the beauty of these kinds of products, is you're not I mean, if you have baby wipes handy, you don't have to worry about like, oh, I made a mistake. Get it and wipe it off quick.
Carolyn said looks as smooth as whipped cream cheese.
It's so amazing.
There are a lot of colors.
There's so many colors, and you're going to see them all because I wanted them all.
I put them all on the supply list.
Okay. better result. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just that little bit of a hint of texture. And you know what? Even if it does go in the background, it's got to be okay with me. But I can also come in and, you know, wipe away some of that. Maybe I don't like that. We'll come back to it when I'm feeling a little more confident with using this. So that is bronze, and it is just the most beautiful orangey. Oh, it's so good.
It looks like it was made to go with that
I know. I
paper.
really want to do it down here. Okay, so we did the gold. No, we didn't do gold yet, did we?
I don't think so.
No. So this was rice flour.
That paper's called Raven on the Lake.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna grab another little scrapola here. Okay, let's try Black Diamond. Something about that sounds wonderful too.
That's a metal. The other two I think used are pearl, or maybe was that a metal? The bronze, Mom? Or are all three you're using metal? Because the rest of them I think are pearl.
I'm not sure, Megan.
They say right
I
on the
just
top.
got these. I have no idea. Okay, what I am looking for is my paper towels.
Do you need some?
I do.
All out?
Oh, here it is. Nope, I got it.
So, bronze. This is metal. Bronze is metal.
Yeah, I got to get to know these. I would guess.
Gold is metal.
Mm-hmm.
The black diamond is metal, and then the ice flower is a pearl.
Okay, so this is the ice flower. It's
Yep.
pearl,
And
a
you'll
pearlescent.
see, I have them all listed in the supply list, and they'll say whether they are pearl or metal. Good question, Heather. Have you ever used a stencil spray to make it stick? I don't have any pros or cons, like the Pixie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She never does use them, but she has used them. But they are useful, right, Mom?
Yeah, they are.
If you take the time to use them.
Yep.
Hi, Royce.
So there is that. Oh, this is beautiful. Let me just add a little squeeze of this. Okay. Yeah, you just got to know how to use it, but oh, check it out. All right, but look at that little bit of metallic shimmer. And of course, oh, this is great. I love this. It's like butter. It's like whipped butter. And I'm going to come back now. Let me grab my precision Q-tip, see if I can clean up a little bit of that, or do I need to? I don't know. Again, I'm playing because I haven't before. But yeah, look, these guys that are just this little random tiny bit, I can squeeze that up, clean that up, squeeze. But I don't mind. But look at that. I can also move that around and make a little more of a shadowy effect there, which was going to give it a little bit more texture too. I like that idea. Just be willing to play. Be willing to play. Oh, so cool. All right, so now I have to decide. Oh, I have to do the gold. So we're going to do the gold. Or did I do? No, I didn't do gold yet, did I?
You're getting confused because you have like your favorite gold on that palette.
I know. Let me grab another piece of something. How about one of my L&J Goods papers here? Let's see what that's going to look like. All right. Oh, it's so, I want to lick it.
Gross, Mom. Don't.
I know, it's disgusting.
And you're giving people the wrong idea. You can't do that.
No, it's not edible. But where is my little Dottie stencil? Where is it? Oh, right there.
They lost it.
Okay, let's put a little bit on one of my decoupage papers. Oh my goodness. Look at that gold. Oh, and it's got that little bit of raised texture, that shimmer. Whoa, check that out, Megan.
Beautiful.
Holy moly.
Wow, that looks pretty with that paper too, Mom.
It really does. Oh my gosh. That's so good. All right, so I think I'm going to use the gold coming down from the moon. That's my idea. And then we'll go ahead and do the George, or the, what one? George Mendes stencil. All right, now, yeah, I could throw some pixie spray on this to really make it stick, but.
You never will. But it is a great idea.
Hope I didn't smudge. I didn't. That's neat. So it's just that those kind of random dots that come down. I'll probably add some more.
We're missing a lot of lights today.
I know.
Are you feeling gloomy?
No, I was just in the office doing voiceovers. Okay, yeah, I don't want to go too crazy with this. Just want those little suggestions, and that so when the light hits it too, you just see that little bit of shimmer. Okay, so that is gold. That is gold. Now, my idea is I want to use a little bit of this typography, but we need to get this dry first. So let's dry it. No, first I better clean this. Because otherwise I will have a mess. Okay, so put that guy aside. And let's dry this a bit. Yeah, this is really cool.
Yes, they are PentArts pastes.
What's that?
Carol asked if they are PentArts pastes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take too long to dry. So I'm going to let this sit aside to dry on its own a little bit, and we'll add our grain sack stencil in a bit. How about that? And we can go ahead and get some finishes on the wood pieces. And they are here because that gesso is just about dried, but we'll give it a little bit more dry time. Just love this stuff for creating additional texture. Then we're going to mix up some favorite gold paint. Oh my God, look at that. Just look at that. Imagine this. Well, for all seasons. I love the idea of Halloween being a little shiny and shimmery too. Don't you?
Yes, of course. Like Hocus Pocus.
What's that?
Like Hocus Pocus.
Oh my gosh. I was actually chatting with Cheryl this morning for a minute, and she is going to try to watch. I don't know if I've ever seen Hocus Pocus.
Mom.
I don't think I have.
I find that hard to believe.
But if you like other colors like a deep purple or that limey green, I bet you we've got those colors of it too. I can't remember what I requested.
Yes. I think there's a purple. I have to look at this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lilac. There is a green, but it's not like a limey green. There's a turquoise. But I'm sure you could mix them. Like you could lighten up the green.
Sure you could. I'm sure. I just want it to be nice and dry, and then we're going to mix some of our favorite gold paint. And we will take out our palette here. This is kind of what I've been doing lately, just mixing it right on the palette. So this is Pigment Fix, PentArts Pigment Fix. And I glued the top right shut on it. It will stick to everything. Oh my gosh. I might need to run that under some hot water.
Let me see.
Oh, there we
Good
go.
job.
That's the last of it. Yeah. See, I never clean off my. So bad. So I mix this about 1 part pigment, powder, or chrome effects, or mica powders, metal pigments. So I mix about 1 part of the metal pigment to 3 parts Pigment Fix.
Deb, I don't know if glaze paste would work the same way. Mom hasn't really played with that, but I just, knowing how PentArt is, I can't imagine they would have both products if they work exactly the same way. But I was just talking to Mom about that I want her to try that next. And then she can compare them. Marianne, I will look into your order now.
You know what we need to do? We need to just do a live exploring all these different pastes.
Yep. And you know who else you can
Shannon.
check? I was just going to say, Deb, you know who I bet has done them both? Shannon Pickin' Boots. I bet she has a video on glaze paste. Well, she wouldn't have done the stencil paste, though, yet. She wouldn't have been able to try them yet. I'm going to have to send her some to try.
Oh my gosh, look at that. So you just want to really keep mixing this because you want all of that powdered pigment to dissolve in the Pigment Fix. But it truly does make the most beautiful metallic paint. It sticks to everything as long as it doesn't have like a wax surface underneath. And it dries hard as rock. So let me get a little brush here. And we're going to start putting this on. Oh my gosh. And again, if you watch yesterday's live, you'll remember that I had JR take a piece of big, wide, antique baseboard molding that we had used in our cottage, and just had a few leftover cuts, and so I had him just split it right down the middle to make two pieces that I can hang. So I'm not even worried that I'm getting it all in there. I don't mind if some of that black is showing. I just want to make sure none of the clay is showing. That air dry clay. I wonder if I should have maybe one of my mini stencils, the mini grain sack.
You want one?
Yeah, they're in the back. Good luck trying to find them.
Well, where would it be in the back? Just
okay.
Give me a little more direction.
Well, when you go into that back room area where I photograph, and you know the big wall of all the metal cabinet things. Mm-hmm. So if you turn and look, like here's my photography table. Look this way, mm-hmm. Face away from it, and they're kind of right over into here, a whole bunch of stencils. Okay. So just see if I have some there of the minis. Oh, this stuff is fantastic. Get the ends. And let's see how this guy is doing. I got a big chunk right there that I need to clean up. We don't need that. That'll speed up our process a little bit more. In order to make sure that my air dry clay was really nice and dry, I popped it into my food dehydrator this morning for about 10-15 minutes, just to make sure, extra sure that it was nice and dry. Okay, now let's get some of that on here. I'm going to put on some gloves because this stuff really, really sticks. At least for this hand that I'm using to hold my trim piece. I'm continuing to work on our project list for Camp L&J Goods Christmas camp, and I see a lot of you are requesting a notification if that should come back in stock. So I can tell you, Megan and I have been talking about doing another one. We're just checking dates and making sure that it's something we could do. I think it'd be great for local folks. But we're kind of working on that. See how my paste was, or my primer gesso was not quite dry there, but I'm okay with that. That's okay, because it kind of blends right in and shades that Pigment Fix and mica powder, our favorite gold paint, kind of blends that in and gives it a little variation in depth and color and dimension. She's never going to find those stencils, I guarantee it. Ah, boy. So yeah, as long as I've got I've got a little bit of that wet. I can actually pick up some of that with my brush and use it to create some little shadowing here and there if I want to, and just change up the tone a little bit. I don't know, maybe I never opened any for myself. And there it is. Look at, I still have all of this. What's that, Megan?
That's absurd.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Well, I forget what I have. So, what do I do with that leftover? I hate to waste it. I really do. But I also let me paint it on the edge of this little shelf sitter. This is from Royce's last year's fall collection. But look at that, even over white, if you mix the right proportions, you can get a very opaque paint. Or you can make it a little more translucent, a little more transparent or translucent. You can't find any?
Well, not open.
Well, it's all right. We can open one.
Absolutely shocking.
Shocking.
But I'm like, are there really none even hanging? These are my favorite.
The little minis? I know. I know. I can't believe it. Well, I could believe it. All right, let me clean this up. All right. It's going to make you... I know, right? Okay. So let's get these dry. Megan, why don't...
Why not? I'm very upset.
Did you look at all of those stencils in the back?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. Can you come and dry this? What's that?
I'll tell you what you can show. Albert Ruff, 1840.
Albert Ruff. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so great. I'm sorry? Augie's like, I'll find them. I can find them. All right, I am going to now, let me put these aside. This dries really quickly, you guys, but we're gonna put that aside for right now and come back to this piece. And I just might have to go for it with the big stencil. I don't want to, but I will, wherever I put it. I just had it. There it is. Let's make sure that this is dry. Not quite, so we got to give it a little more heat because I don't want to smush that. Oh, and you could come back in with some wonderful paint spatters on this. We might have to do that. Yeah, the paint spatters. Is she still searching? Well, let's just at least try to get...
I'm in an absolute tizzy.
I know you are. Let's try to at least get this and this on here. She really isn't a
I
tizzy.
am. Okay, sorry. Let me catch up on comments. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't been able to look.
Marianne, I'm going to check on your order. Hold, please. Jonathan Mark Mendes is here. He said looking good.
Oh, Jonathan.
Okay, favorite gold paint. Let's go over it again.
Okay.
Her favorite gold paint is PentArts Pigment Fix,
It's this.
mixed with either PentArts Metal Pigment in Gold or Antique Gold. Okay?
Or you can use any of the chrome effects if you want to
But
make a
we're talking
different
about
color or
gold.
just gold. Yes,
about your
gold.
favorite
Yes,
gold.
yes. That's
Okay.
my favorite gold paint.
Both of those things are linked in the supply list I made for today. You can find that up above in the description, linked if you're watching on Facebook, down below linked if you're watching on YouTube. Or you can go to lnjgoods.com, look for the menu item featured on our live tutorials. You look for today's date and the title of today's live, and there you can find all of the supplies, links to all of the supplies that Mom is using today, including everything you need to make her favorite gold paint, the pigment fix and the metal pigment. You can also email me, info@lnjgoods.com, with any questions. You can call the shop with any questions. Okay? And you can keep asking questions right here in the comments. But yes, that gold is incredible.
It's stunning.
Incredible.
So I'm not even concerned that I would get every last bit of these letters, because that's also going to add to that very aged quality.
Yes, the wooden pants hanger was a great idea. That was Mary Casey's idea.
Oh my gosh. So Jonathan, I read a post of his. I don't know if he's still here, if he just popped on for a minute. But if you're not following Jonathan Mark Mendes over on YouTube, you should be, because, oh my gosh, that is so neat. And that's all it needs. I got a little sloppy there. Ugh.
Dorothy's here.
Hi, Dorothy. I got a little bit sloppy. So I could leave it and have it be that grungy kind of effect. I don't mind that. Anyway, Jonathan I saw a post from him that he is going to be starting a new video series on, actually I do kind of like how that squeezed out underneath. It gives it a great spooky-ish kind of texture. On his YouTube channel, called it Thrift Your Own Home. And let me tell you something. I've been doing it for years. Nothing I love more. I cannot wait to see what Jonathan's got up his sleeve and in his attic that he's going to make over. But I think it's really fun. We know and love him so much for the work that he does on furniture, and to have him move into, kind of that upcycling of thrifted finds and the stuff in your stash is very exciting to me. So exciting. Jonathan, we need to do a collaboration video with a few people. That would be great. Okay.
The black diamond paste you were
That is
just
black
using?
diamond.
Yes. Wow, amazing.
It really is. So now from here, obviously everything is wet.
Jonathan just wants to say he'll be premiering the first video in 45 minutes. So if you want to continue the creativity, he'd love to see everybody
Jonathan,
there.
that quickly? Yes, please. After you leave us, go watch and see what he's up to. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's nothing better than a really good thrift flip.
Yes.
And I know Jonathan will reimagine those things into something even more than, oh my gosh, it's going to be great. Okay, so here we go. how would I attach this? I want this to dry, obviously. I don't want to mess with this too much. So I won't be hanging out here for too much longer because I do want you to go over to Jonathan's YouTube and watch his premiere. And maybe we'll be there together.
And we'll give them time to, if they have to go to the bathroom.
Exactly. Go get a snack, whatever you want to do. Yep. So let's look at our piece again. And these were, again, old wood baseboard molding that JR split in half. It was up here. These two were actually together, but we split that big piece of molding in half. Do I have one here to show you the before? I did have. I probably put it back in my stash for something else. And then I added the IOD molds to these, and I'm going to make my own hanger from this. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to allow this to dry completely, and I think I'm going to come into the side here with maybe a little bit of umber glaze. Let me try some umber antiquing glaze or wall azure or something like that. Oh, I don't have any just handy right here, but I can use that to kind of stain those edges so they're not quite so bright and new looking. I don't dare to send Megan on another wild goose chase. Fine.
What is it?
I have a tote, a wood tote in the back that's just all of the glaze or the umbers, the wall azures, and antiquing gels.
Here, it was here.
Yeah, but I think I probably put it away.
Okay. Jonathan's last name is Mendes, Mendes. Jonathan Mark Mendes Painted Love is his channel.
Yes. Yep. And here's the other cool thing while Megan's looking. Jonathan, so as you know, IOD has selected a small group of artisans for helping to create some content that has a same sort of a visual feel and flow as do the IOD aesthetic, like the IOD aesthetic. So Jonathan's been kind of training us, those few of us that are brand new IOD artisans. He's teaching us camera angles and photography hints, and it's been wonderful. But he's our mentor in all of this. So I'm just going to call him Jonathan Mark Mentor. That's what I'm going to call him. How about that? And it's been lovely. It's really been lovely. I enjoy seeing what everybody's up to and getting feedback, and it's great. Yeah, it's really great. Okay, so
that's what you're talking about?
Well, wherever my
Which one do you want?
I want bronze.
Okay, I can.
Oh, I think here's one.
Here's bronze.
Not bronze. I'm sorry. I want umber. Okay.
I can get you the umber laser if you want that.
It's all right. Lazure. I know. How do we say it, you guys?
I say laser, and Teresa told me that that's okay.
Yeah. Let me use the umber.
Carolyn said, what about adding cascading chiffon ribbon down the sides?
You know what, Carolyn? Oh my gosh. You could do that. You could do anything you want.
Jonathan's YouTube is Jonathan Mark Mendes Painted Love. If you scroll right up from where you're at, Betty, you'll see him right there. He just commented. Right up above you.
All right. So this is great stuff for, again, just kind of dyeing the edges a little bit.
And I'm going to try to link it right here on Facebook too for everyone here. Cheryl just got a premiere notification from him.
Oh, are you an avid follower and fan?
Of course she is. Cheryl's got impeccable taste.
Yes, she does. Oh. So yeah, I'm just watering this down, using this as a little bit of a stain for the edge of my little tapestry here. Leaving a little bit more grunge, but then I don't have that bright situation right there. That kind of tones it down a little, doesn't it? So what I'll do to finish this, you guys, obviously I'm going to let all of my, you're looking at the top of my head. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that.
Because you had it pointed that way.
Yes, I did.
Looking at Mary's order.
Okay. I think I'm going to come in with a little bit of spatter on this too. And it's all about layers, layers. If this isn't quite dark enough for me, I'll definitely come in and I'll add a little bit more of a watery glaze over this. Then what I'm going to do is when this is completely dry, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to paint the entire back side with probably Fusion's cast iron paint, and that's going to really, really solidify this even more. So I'll come to the back and paint the entire back side to finish that off. I might even add a stencil on the back side. That would be fun. And then we'll come in and I'll just staple this to the back, put a couple of D-rings or sawtooth hangers on the back to hang this. But again, like I said, you can kind of take it to wherever you want. If you wanted to do a simple like flag or something like that, you could fold your ends in, of course, accommodate for that when you make, cut this to length, but fold these in, run a stitch along the bottom and along the top and put a dowel rod through it. You could do that, and then you can easily slide these on and off, and then you can make as many little flags and wall decor flags as you want. So that is going to be it for us today, because I want you to go take a bathroom break, grab something to snack on, and go check out Jonathan's premiere. I can't wait to see what he's making. So thank you for hanging out with us today, you guys. We will see you. JR and I are going to go on a little bit of a road trip. We're even thinking if we're not back on Monday, I might even take a project along and we'll do it live on the road.
They will love that.
We'll see. We'll just kind of see what happens. And yeah, in the meantime, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you either Monday or Tuesday. Not sure yet, but we'll keep you posted. Have a great, great rest of your week. Bye, guys.
Bye.